What going on, everybody? This is David Mill here, voice of Autism, episode 135. And wow, it's been one crazy week. A lot of stuff have happened, and a lot of craziness, like literally. And also, I got my haircut this week, but a lot of crazy stuff been happening. And it did completely but yeah. Also, my fiance lost a close friend of her due to the coronavirus, but kind of sad. Exactly, it was sad. Also, because of the mine in the hospital might have it. Don't know what to do, but it's very bad right now. And sad. So, yeah. Having a little bit of a hard time. Now, let's get to the topic for today. Because today, I have a good amount of stuff to talk about. And there is something else too. And it involved TikTok. And this time they gone way too far. And I mean literally. And ooh, TikTok, they really went up the wrong tree. I'll bring that up in a couple of minutes. And there's a reason why I brought it up, but it involves something that's been happening in our community.
Happy PDA Day. Please share more resources in the comments section of the app. I also wish to add them to my master resource list. Keep doing good work, my friends. We have important days ahead. I hope you get loads of self-care and support.
From part of the article, here to check apart.
Happy PDA Day. Pathological demand avoidance is something that some autistics experience. Learning about PDA and how to navigate it / get support or support people experiencing it is so important. These are some resources I have been gathering on PDA. Please share your resources and also your experiences in the comments. Harry Thompson PDA Extraordinaire. Sally Katz PDA page. Neuroclastic, there are good articles in PDA here. Autism inclusivity. Actually autistic adults and allies. FB groups in which you can ask actually autistic adults their experiences and get tips as well as insight. Happy PDA Day from Spectrum Life of the actually autistic parent. Happy face with hugging hands. You are valid. Let's learn together and always support each other.
Well, I don't have PDA, but I do know friends who do. With pass avoidant. Sometimes it can be brought up by trauma. So, yeah. Trauma is one thing that can cause it. But it's crazy. Like, literally. I know a lot of people. Also on Facebook too who have it. But yeah. Like, everybody different. And it's something I really mean.
Question of the week. Is bullying bad? Go ask the school bully instead of victims of bullying. We We should stop giving importance to people who don't deserve it in serious issues conversions.
You're right. Burton, that article is right. Like, literally. Like, it's bad. Like, oof, bullying is bad. And how they do sing, it's pretty bad in a way. Hmm? 1 minute, guys. Hmm. But while bullying, it's very bad in a way. And it's something that is very concerned, if you guys know what I mean. But yeah, I would, avoid stuff like that if you guys know what I'm saying. Like, it's something literally that does happen. And most people don't realize that. And it happened a lot. People don't realize it, but it does. Like, I've seen it happen a lot. And it did crazy. Like, it happened to everybody. Like, people don't realize how bad it is. And it really is bad. But sometimes seeing that happen, and it sometimes caused by, the instigator or by sometimes abusive parents or having troubles at home. That's sometimes the reason why. Like, it's bad. Like, bullying is no joke. But sometimes when bullies do that, it's actually they're not really being bullied, they're crying for help. If you guys know what I mean. But literally, now let's get to the second part of that article.
I am going to be blunt here. If you are a parent defending ABBA for your autistic kids and believe that just because you like it or you believe your kids like it too because it helps them, let me tell you this. We don't give a asterisk about what you think. Your opinion of ABBA has zero values in this debate because your input is uninteresting and out of autistic context. The only input that matters here is the one and only from people subjected to it, not those who subject autistic people to conversion therapy. And that's it. You think it's unfair that outsiders have no say to add over people experiencing ABBA? I'll tell you that. It's just like a group of paramedics arriving in a public space and asking to the witnesses of a mob assault, "Are you okay? Need any help?" rather than asking it to the actual victims. It makes no sense to ignore the victim in favor of witnesses. Back to ABBA. It works the same. People prefer hearing from parents and BCBAs who don't live ABA rather than autistics themselves. Same logic. Same
and
nonsense. Our narrative. Not yours. Hash criminalizaba. Hash yes alaba.
But yeah, exactly. That's up and down. It'd be very insane if you guys know what I mean.
I know you did not. What?
Yeah, my little sister mad because we had Chinese food yesterday. Hmm. Yeah, a little bit glitchy. But yeah, like ABA is equally abuse, and people who do it are bullying. But it is bad, if you guys know what I mean. Like, literally. ABA therapy it's equally abuse. Like, people don't realize that. It's abuse, and it causes a lot of problems. And nobody realized that. Like, my point is that there, my, but ABA therapy, it's actually bad. Like, people don't get it. But there is a lot to back up my proof about ABA therapy being bad. But is it bad? And I mean, like literally, most people don't realize it. It actually like bad in a way. But yeah. But it's just crazy how it's allowed. No, what now could do the TikTok one because ooh, ooh, hit a big one. Like literally about it's crazy on what happened because TikTok got gone a little too far.
Attention, TikTok users. Have you heard about this? If so, and you are participating in it, please stop now. Making fun of people with autism and other disabilities is about as cruel as you can get. If you are not participating in this or even condemning and or reporting it, thank you. People with autism and other disabilities are among those that are struggling the most during this pandemic. And they need our help and support now more than ever. Autism Challenge Wednesday Wisdom. URL.
The people who are doing the challenge are ableistic and a little racist. Like literally. Like it's just ableistic and it's cruel and wrong. Like, for people who think stuff like that funny, you have to be messed up. Mm. One thing I hate is ads. I'll be honest, ads are just a nuisance when it comes to YouTube. But it's not right. And I don't know how in the world they would just like to go on. Because it's pretty messed up. Like, literally. And TikTok, ugh, not a little too far.
The Cheap Tip Autism Challenge is the worst of the internet. By Mustafa Gathalari. Updated 3 days ago. People are always coming up with all sorts of social media challenges in the hopes of starting the next viral craze. Sometimes they're well thought out marketing stunts, like the mannequin challenge. Sometimes they're for charity, like the Owl's Ice Bucket challenge. For the most part, though, most of the viral challenges circulating the internet appear to have been created just to kill time. But it's hard to think that's the only motivation behind the Teak Tip Autism Challenge. What is the Teak Tip Autism Challenge? It seems like some folks think that mocking autism and people with disabilities is the newest cool trend to partake in on
It's not. It's disgusting.
The good news is that there are a ton of people condemning it all over social media, and that a lot of #Autism Challenge videos on the video platform are actually being created to help raise awareness about autism. But that doesn't really explain the following clips. E23. Number #save a Beetlejuice number, #Mac had drink number, #video call number, #for upage number, #fit number, #heartbeat broke number, #threw it back for alone number, 3 weeks off all play number, #autism challenge number, #duet number. Bean 16th notes go stupid polo jeep, stun F4 Vegas and Enla Chaka feet. Mike Will made it. This one dude thinks that dropping to the floor and gesticulating without any rhythm suddenly becomes funny when he adds the Autism Challenge hashtag to it. Some of the videos on TikTok also feature individuals with disabilities that could be deemed borderline sexual assault. I don't even know what the joke is here with this next one, and I feel like I lost a few brain cells just by watching it.
But yeah. People who trigger it, I guarantee what autism speaks.
Following clips. E23. This one dude thinks that dropping to the floor and
But it is disgusting. Like, really, it's just ableistic and racist toward our community. And I guarantee I know people who done it are behind it. Autism speaks. They're probably the people behind it.
Top 10 positive traits of autistic people. What are the best aspects of autism? Bye.
Now, what switch from that to something that is good.
Top 10 positive traits of autistic people. What are the best aspects of autism? By Lisa Jo Rudy. Medically reviewed by Stephen Gans, MD. On October 4, 2019. Autism is a serious disorder that can interfere with every aspect of life. So why is it that so many people see autism in a positive light? Yes, many things are challenging for people on the spectrum and the people who love them, but for every downside to autism, there seems to be an upside too. People with autism have uniquely positive traits that are rare or even non-existent among neurotypical individuals. It's important to note that these positive traits are not unique to savants with special talents or skills, rather, they are present in almost every person with autism. If you're tired of hearing about the problems associated with autism, try pinning this list up on your fridge or sharing it with friends, family, and school staff. It's a great way to help others recognize that not every aspect of autism is a symptom. 1. Autistic people rarely lie. Brand new images / Getty images. We all claim to value the truth, but almost all of us tell little white lies. More significantly, many neurotypical people actively hide important truths from the people around them. People on the autism spectrum, however, tell the truth whether it's positive or negative. That means a person with autism will accurately reflect their feelings and respond with complete candor when asked their opinion. If a person with autism says you look terrific, you can be pretty sure you're having a good hair day, too.
That one is a little bit of a myth. I do why. Like, I actually do, and I'm autistic, so that one is a myth. Hate to burst people bubble who made the article, but that one, we can have to be very good liars too. Trust me on that. But it really depends on who you are and what you do.
2. People on the autism spectrum live in the moment. How often do typical people fail to notice what's in front of their eyes because they're distracted by social cues or random chit-chat? People on the autism spectrum truly attend to the sensory input that surrounds them. Some see the beauty that others miss, though they pass by it every day. Many have achieved the ideal of mindfulness, even if they don't have the tools to communicate their state of mind to others. 3. People with autism rarely judge others. Who's fatter? Richer? Smarter? Prettier? Does that person have a degree from the right college or belong to the right church?
Too.
For people on the autism spectrum, these distinctions hold much less importance than for their neurotypical peers. In fact, people on the spectrum often see through such surface appearances to discover the real person. Just as importantly, people with autism rarely judge other people with disabilities. Where a typical peer might steer clear of a classmate with Down syndrome or a physical disability, people with autism are more likely to be accepting of differences. 4. Autistic people are passionate. Many people on the spectrum are truly passionate about the things, ideas, and people in their lives. They spend the time, energy, and imagination necessary to truly master their area of interest, and they stick with it even when it's difficult, frustrating, or uncool. How many typical people can say the same? 5. People with autism are not tied to social expectations. If you've ever bought a car, played a game, or joined a club to fit in, you know how hard it can be to be true to yourself. But for people with autism, social expectations can be honestly unimportant. Who cares if someone you've never met rolls his eyes when you mention your interest in Disney movies even when you're a grown man? What matters is true liking, shared interests, kindness, and the desire to spend time together, not keeping up with or being as similar as possible to the Joneses.
That's
6.
true.
People with autism have terrific memories. How often do typical people forget directions or fail to take note of colors, names, and other details? People on the autism spectrum are often much more tuned in to details. In many cases, they have a much better memory than their typical peers for all kind of critical details. In fact, a surprisingly large number of people on the spectrum have photographic memories, perfect pitch and slash, or an almost perfect memory for songs, poems, and stories. This skill can be a huge asset in situations ranging from direction finding to writing a family history. 7. Autistic people are less materialistic. Of course, this is not universally true, but in general, people with autism are far less concerned with prestige and status than their neurotypical peers. As a result, they worry less about brand names, high-end restaurants, and other expensive but unimportant externals than most people do. They are also less inclined to see salary or title as desirable for their own sake. 8. Autistic people play fewer head games. Do I look fat in this outfit? Tell me the truth, I won't get mad. I know I told you I didn't mind if you went out, but why did you believe me? Few autistic people play games like these and they assume that you won't either. It's a refreshing and wonderful change from the paid-in-place emotional roller coaster that mars too many typical relationships. Of course, part of the reason for this lack of subterfuge is the reality that autistic people find head games baffling. Why would someone ask a question if they don't want an answer? 9. Autistic people have fewer hidden agendas. Most of the time, if a person on the autism spectrum tells you what he wants, he is telling you what he wants. No need to beat around the bush, second guess, and hope you're reading between the lines. This may be due, in part, to the fact that many autistic people are unaware of or baffled by others' choice to hide their real intentions. And people with autism open new doors for neurotypicals. For some of us neurotypicals, having an autistic person in our lives has had a profound positive impact on our perceptions, beliefs, and expectations. Being the parent or sibling of someone on the autism spectrum can release you from a lifetime of should and offer you a new world of is. Share.
It's true. John, I don't even have a hidden agenda. It depends on who you are, too. There are some autistic who do that, but nobody is the same. But there are more advantages of being autistic than there is being neurotypical. And there are a lot more positives. It's just that neurotypicals, they are dead scared on us speaking our voices. They're dead scared of us showing what we're made of. Like, they're scared of wanting their world to collapse while ours are building up and growing. Like, literally. I see how neurotypical treat autistic people. I'm autistic myself. I really do see how everybody treat people like that. And it's not that easy, so yeah. But we do get treated like crap a lot by our people who are not autistic. So yeah, we get segregated a lot by our people. So yeah, it's something that happened a lot in our community. Now we're getting closer to. Got a few more minutes, and I'll be calling it a day for a live stream. But let's get to the last few ones.
Today, I did video conference with my choral friends from the Philippines via Zoom while dealing with this big-time quarantine and extended lockdown here in the USA. To combat boredom, we decided to be more creative and more optimistic during this long-term situation. Check our next choral performance done virtual. I miss my choral buddies like them. Love y'all, choir. Stay safe and stay creative. Hash victim at quarantine. Hash choral booties. Hash corona. Hash LDR colleagues.
And that was from my fiance Val here. From my Val, but yeah. And yes, I do have the link to my fiance YouTube channel down below if you guys want to go to her YouTube channel.
I love special education for my college because I wanted to teach. Yes, it may be a difficult course, but I personally love this course because it's relevant to me as a person with autism.
One thing I'm trying to. Me and Val are doing good. It's up and up. She's still getting you too, and I'm still getting you too. When we started figuring out about our community. But yeah. Like, I'm trying to remember. I took all my train of thought. Sorry about that, guys. But the thing is that being an autistic person, not trying to be politically correct, but to be being an autistic person, what you should said, but everybody have their different opinion. I used to say that too when I was younger, person with autism, but I'm slowly starting to get used to the other side and starting to get more into the community. Yeah, and the reason why I do voice of autism because people look up the word autism more than they do autistic. And it's much better to have someone who is autistic instead of someone who is non-autistic telling you. So that's one of the reasons why I made voice of autism. It said autistic voices. Excuse me, because it will get my voice out there much better, and people who are looking for stuff about autism will come to my YouTube channel better. Not clickbait, but to educate them much better. hmm And nursing me and my fiance Vel, we are planning the wedding, but we have it delayed until all the coronavirus stuff go down. So yeah, once all the coronavirus stuff go down and we'll be able to do it, we will. Now let's get to the last article from my fiance. But yeah, oh, where is it? Bingo. Did it from 3 years ago, but it's still good. But let me bring it up again before I do. My fiance Phil, me, we understand each other, and she would talk that most people who use the word autism use it in a bad way. Me and her, we use it in a good way. So yeah, and we're trying to show how capable people like us are. With it working, it did take a while. So yeah. Now let's get to the last post from my fiance.
What I have learned while working with choir directors. 3 choir directors became the support system for PWDs like me. 3 choir directors are the ones who teach what's hot and what's not. 3 choir directors can bring 10 bags of M&M's chocolates to soothe the choir members' mood. Kidding, I mean they bring much joy and inspiration. 3 choir directors are also frank and straightforward to correct wrongdoings of the choir. 3 choir directors will never drag you down, but they'll defend you emotionally when you are sad and in pain. Asterisk puts band-aids on your heart. 3 choir directors may have no background on special education, but some of it, but they will always tell you you'll be fine. Just do your own business by doing your musical etiquette. 3 Speaking of bag of M&Ms, choir directors will remind the choir members to stay hydrated. 3 choir directors may say something that will disappoint, but it will help. Come on. 3 choir directors will stand behind you and will give you the score before you leave the rehearsal. Especially when you're alone. 3 choir directors have strong imagination, so deal with their high on daydreaming and imagination. 3 choir directors will not mind on your makeups and hairdos as long as it's simple and not standing out to the rest of the choir. 3 choir directors loves advocacy, in particular the autism advocacy. 3 choir directors will be more bitchy due to their tiredness, but remember that they're doing their major part. What? 3 choir directors will be more open about the programming musically. And what matters that we choir must discuss. 3 choir directors will say interpretation is life when eyebrows are life for makeup enthusiasts. 3 Just shut up, because it's true that choir directors also deserved a break after a stressful moment.
And that was from my lovely fiance Val. Now, for people who want to watch any of my fiance's singing video of her singing, go down to link in description down below, and you guys can watch her singing video because she is a beautiful singer, and she is very smart, intelligent, and that my lovely fiance Val, she is amazing. Now, I hope everybody is doing great. I hope everybody having a great Saturday, a great weekend. I hope everybody being safe. I really do. And I hope everybody having fun. And I will talk to you guys later. Signing out. Bye, guys.